Welcome to the AnyGames.ie podcast, the home of five-a-side, grassroots and amateur football in Ireland. Our goal is to build a community, connecting people in Ireland through football, discussing the latest news and developments across the country and interviewing the people behind local clubs and organisations, with some Premier League talk in there too. You can catch all our episodes on Spotify and YouTube, get involved in our community on AnyGames.ie and find us on social media through Facebook, Instagram and X. If you like what you hear, follow us, give us a like and get involved in the comments. Now, let's get into this week's episode.
Hello and welcome to episode 12 of the AnyGames.ie podcast with myself, Dave.
And me, Gav.
Gav, here we are at episode 12.
Yep.
Yeah. How has...
Chugging along.
We are chugging along. Chugging a cup of coffee.
Yeah, well, my tea's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have to put the kettle back on.
How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been alright.
Yeah.
I was in the Aviva last week, but unfortunately it wasn't for the Portuguese game. I'm raging. Couldn't get a ticket. I ended up going to the Ireland-Australia rugby game. So that was good. It was my first time at a rugby match.
Was it? I haven't been.
I'd throw it on if it was on the telly, but generally not like a big rugby fan around. But that was good. It was a good experience. Definitely a different crowd, different atmosphere.
Yeah, to the football.
Being there at the football, yeah.
I must admit, I'm a fair weather rugby fan. If I'm in the pub, I get into the atmosphere. It's like, yeah, it is great, but I don't even stick around at home.
Yeah,
so.
I usually just watch it Six Nations. That's about as far as I go.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. It was a good experience. What about yourself? Are you up to much?
Busy with work outside of all of this. Do you know what I mean? Kind of just doing that, coming home and flaking, and I'm still on the car hunt as well. So
You didn't get the hours?
Didn't get the hours. Couldn't. You turned me off it.
Don't say that, Dave. You know I'm only joking. Get yourself the hours.
No, I don't want one.
No, forget about it now.
No, I don't want the hours. I'm just going to do it to spite you now. Even though you don't give a shit.
So what are you in the market for now?
I don't know. I'm looking at it. I'm getting big ideas. Looking at Alexis Sanchez.
It's like that line from Kanye West. She couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Alexis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm still looking around. That one's on my radar, but I don't know. We'll have a look.
Yeah.
Other than that,
well, keep us posted, Dave, because I'm sure our listeners are on the edge of their seats.
Edge of their seat, waiting to see
what car is Dave going to get. So you're going to have to put it up on all the AnyGame socials now once you get the keys to that.
Red Flintstone car.
Yeah.
So, Gav, moving on to In the News, and this week we'll lead with some AnyGames.ie news.
Yeah,
what can you tell us about that?
Big news this week, Dave. Our very first episode of our interview series will be going live next week. So this episode will come out this Friday, and the following Friday we'll have the first of our interview series going live. So make sure you keep an eye on all socials for when that goes up, and we would really like some feedback on this one because it's the first time that we've been doing something kind of different.
Yeah, so we'd like to hear what you'll think of it when you hear it. So do let us know.
Yeah, and it promises to be a good one, so look out for that. And in other football news, I wanted to discuss Jude Bellingham. So we've obviously got bigger stories to cover this week.
We do, but we're saving the best till last.
We're saving the best till last.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham was playing for England against Serbia, I think it was, and he was substituted in 80 odd minutes and came off and threw a bit of a tantrum. Now, Tuchel was asked about it afterwards, and he essentially said that he needs to learn to be a better teammate. None of those exact words.
Very interesting comment, that one.
But that his friend was waiting on the sideline to come on, and he has to think about his friends, and it kind of went down that line. So would have been very easy for him to go, I didn't see him do that.
Yeah.
Or he's just very passionate, and I expect all my players to be unhappy coming off the field early. You know, something like that. He could have easily, put that fire out there and then, but he seemed to add fuel to it, and it kind of feeds into the narrative that's been going around the England camp that Jude Bellingham was kind of out for himself.
Yeah.
He believes he's the best player on the team, that he should start and play every game, play every minute, and that's not what Tuchel is looking for.
Do you think that comes from being at Madrid and everything that comes with that?
You would imagine so. I mean, there's talk of something similar happening at Real Madrid, that himself, Vinny Jr. and Mbappe aren't the best of mates either.
Too many big characters.
Probably so.
Although,
Probably so.
is Vinny Jr. that big of a character? Like, would he be like an Mbappe or a Bellingham, where he would have that attitude problem?
It doesn't appear that way. I mean, up until this move to Real Madrid, you would have said Jude Bellingham was kind of looked at as a bit of a golden boy because he didn't go down the conventional route of playing the Premier League.
Yeah, yeah.
He was loved in Germany and could have easily opted to go to the Premier League, but chose to go straight to Real Madrid. And by all accounts, he's playing every week. He's doing what he has to do there. Where do you see him? Do you see him as England's best player?
No, I don't think I do. Although saying that, I don't know who England's best player is, to be quite honest. I think they're a good unit at the moment, but I think for me with Bellingham, right, here's my thing. I kind of, he irks me. There's something about him.
He's not very likeable.
No, I don't really like him. Very talented.
Yeah.
But I don't think that talent is consistent. I think he's slightly overrated, actually, if I'm being honest. Now, that's probably a bit of a controversial opinion, but I don't think he's as good as people make out, or as certainly the English media make out. But I could see he's easily dislikable, you know.
Do you think he not falls victim, but probably is hyped because he is what the kids would call a FIFA player?
Definitely.
I think we spoke about it before, where we said kids these days, they don't follow teams so much as they follow players.
Yeah, that's the modern era of football. Like,
yeah, a lot of it is down to like FIFA, like FC 25, 26 Ultimate Teams.
No, who's on the cover this year and all that, you know.
Who's on the cover, who's the highest rated, what's the special card,
yeah,
you know, who's a 98, who's a 99, all this sort of stuff.
There's something very American sports about that, isn't there? Like,
there is, and I don't think it serves the game very well in that respect. My thing with Bellingham is similar to you. I think he doesn't come across very likeable, even when he's being interviewed and he's all smiles and he's in good form, and you don't get the impression it's genuine. You think it's almost put on.
Yeah, it's almost like he believes all of his own hype.
Yeah,
and that's evident actually when you see things like the other day when he gets taken off.
Yeah,
and he has his tantrum, instead of just sucking it up, like, player, you get taken off. Yeah. That's just fucking how it is.
Yeah, I often feel like when he's in interviews and stuff, he's trying to sell you an image.
Yeah,
of who he wants to portray, and you know, wants to be this good guy and came from nothing, and you know.
Do you know that again goes back down to, I think anyway, footballers being stars outside of the game as well. So he's trying to preserve an image so he can sell himself off the pitch as well.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Whereas you go back to the likes of a Paul Scholes.
Yeah.
When did you ever see Paul Scholes off the pitch?
No, sir. He just didn't even like doing interviews.
No,
you know, which is funny now because he's on one show, like he has his own podcast. He's on The Overlap. He's on the Fan Debate. He's on everything. So yeah, I'm not his biggest fan. I was just going to say, do you think England could do just as well without him?
No, I think he has a place in that team, and I do think he starts.
Right, but if Thomas Tuchel wants a cohesive team and everybody to be busy mates and have that good atmosphere in the camp and all that sort of stuff, do you think his negativity is the opposite of what Tuchel is looking for, and Tuchel might feel like it's to the detriment of the team to have him there?
It'd take a brave manager to do it, but I think as a manager you have to be brave.
Yeah,
and if you make those decisions, then
you have to back it up.
You have
as
to
well,
back it
don't
up.
you?
I mean, if he doesn't, let's just say, this is never going to happen, but hypothetically, he doesn't bring Bellingham to the World Cup.
Yeah,
and then you have England going out in a quarter final, just say, there's more there. There's more there.
But is there an argument then where Tuchel can nearly win both sides of that argument? He can drop him, let's say, for the group games, which you'd expect England to get through easily enough anyway, but then have the luxury of him having him there in camp and bringing him on when they reach the likes of a Spain or a Germany in a semi-final or a quarter-final.
Yeah.
Or is that counterintuitive? Like, is that counterproductive, rather? That
probably, if his negative influence is going to bring the team down. Do you know?
And if there's, let's say his replacement is Elliot Anderson, and Elliot Anderson is after getting them to a quarter final, bit unfair to be dropping him then.
No, you don't.
Because
you don't do it.
You've done really well so far, but I don't think you're good enough to play Spain.
I suppose time will tell with it, and he's not staying at home, put it that way, for the World Cup.
So we both agree that we don't like Jude Bellingham personally.
No, we don't like Jude
that
Bellingham.
He is talented and that he most likely won't be dropped.
He won't be dropped. He might be dropped from the starting 11 just to make a point, but I don't think he'll be dropped from the squad.
Do you think he's just using this time between now and the World Cup to try and make a point to Bellingham that he's not untouchable, that he can be dropped?
I would think so.
He doesn't change his attitude.
Yeah, I would think so.
Probably just going the wrong way about it.
The risk with that is if his point is not made, and Bellingham doesn't change his attitude, he then has to back that up by dropping him.
Yeah.
And
calls his bluff almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And watch the England fan base, because they already were sceptical of him anyway, coming in.
Yeah.
If he drops Bellingham, there'll be more there again, like I say.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one.
Just a question on it. What do you think of his handling of the situation in terms of the comments he made? Do you think he could have done better there?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. That's what I'm saying. I think he went the wrong way about it. It's a lot easier to get a player on side if you're doing things behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I don't see why it's necessary to add fuel to the fire with the media, because you know that it's going to be on all the back pages of all the papers the following day. Big bust up, and Tuchel's not happy with Bellingham, and then everybody's going to be, just like we are now, discussing, can Bellingham be dropped? Is Tuchel losing his mind? Is Bellingham the best player? I don't think Bellingham's the best player, but I do think he has a central part to play in that team.
Yeah, I think he's important to the squad and anyway.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going anywhere anyway.
No, we'll keep an eye on it anyway.
Yeah.
Also in the news this week, Dave, bad news for you and your team. Gabriel is out of reach.
He is out of reach. I did see what you did there. Very good. Very good. It's not an eye injury though.
No, it's not. You didn't see it coming.
No. I didn't see this one coming, and do you know what annoys me about it? Absolutely needless friendly that he was playing in, that it happened.
Always the way.
It's always the way. It's never, they never get injured when they're playing an important international match. It's always fucking, they're playing some nonsense friendly. This one was actually, do you know what? He was injured in the Emirates. They were playing in the Emirates.
My God.
Yeah, sickening.
The irony.
I know. So, yes, I am very concerned about it, especially the game we have coming up this weekend. But it's not even that. I was looking at the list of fixtures he's going to miss. So we've got Tottenham this weekend, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, and then in that run then we also have the likes of Everton. We have someone else in the Champions League. There's big games coming up in that. There's Aston Villa coming up in that run as well. Big games and an important part of the season. So he's out for 4 to 6 weeks, but in that time frame is 8 games. That's very concerning.
We often speak about teams holding back players from international duty.
Yeah.
Which is probably what happened with Evan Ferguson last time. With him dropping out of the Ireland camp. Sometimes people would complain about it. Like, let's say Irish fans would have complained about it knowing Evan Ferguson was kind of dropped out last minute. But in games like that, where Gabriel's away, surely there's an argument to be made there for Arsenal kind of going, he doesn't need to play that game.
Yeah.
Just holding him back. With everything that's at stake. So now that he's out, who fills that role?
I think Hincapié.
Yeah.
The lad we signed from, where did we sign him from again? Somewhere in Germany.
Frankfurt, was it?
Don't know. It's after leaving me. I don't know. But anyway.
Well, he left them.
He did leave them.
Now
he
he's leaving you.
And now he's going to be our fill-in centre-half, I think. He's not as defensively sound, I would imagine, as Gabriel. But, I mean, Gabriel's one, in my opinion, there's an argument to be made that he's the best centre-half in the world, even over Saliba, I think.
Yeah, I think, definitely, if he's the man in form, the difficulty for anybody coming in, regardless of past experiences, age, anything like that, it's having a run of games under your belt and having that bit of momentum.
And here's the bit that might actually go.
Won't have.
This bit might actually go under the radar for a lot of people, but he offers so much at the back. But don't forget, the amount of goals he scores, the corners he contributes,
great for a fancy football.
He scores from the corners, or if he's not scoring from the corners, he's the first touch before the goal is scored.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to lose some goals as well with him going out of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a worrying one, and not ideal when we have.
Would you be is the sports game at the Emirates, or is that?
I think we are at home.
Yeah,
I'd have to double check that.
I don't think that's too difficult a game for him to come in. Obviously, it's big on paper, London derby, everything else.
Yeah,
Spurs aren't exactly flying in front of goal.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Spurs look like or what version of Spurs exists. They always just show up to play Arsenal.
Bit like United.
It's like that
Liverpool.
cup final every year. It's the only thing they're actually going to come out of season with.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So what was the amount of time he's due to be out?
I think they're saying 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. They won't rush him back either,
They won't rush him back.
unless this young lad isn't doing it.
No, but
Is there an option there to bring Ben White in there?
you could, but he's more right-sided. But you could bring him in. He's
Yeah.
very versatile.
So you've got Calafiori, you've got Timber.
Calafiori went off injured for Italy,
I've seen that as well.
so that'd be Lewis Skelly in there.
Lewis Kelly's not a bad drop.
No,
to be fair.
he's a good
To
player.
be fair, he is a good player.
He doesn't really offer that kind of unpredictable rushing forward that Calafiori does.
Yeah.
I like Calafiori for that reason.
Yeah, but it's less of an unknown.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of him over the course of the last season and stuff.
Look, I still think we can go and beat Spurs this weekend, but
Yeah.
we'll get into that because we're going to be doing our Premier League review. It's just more the case that it's concerning for Arsenal now that he's out.
Also in the news, former Man United legend Scott McTominay.
Well,
I'm calling him legend.
he is.
because
Well, I tell you, he's on track to become one now.
This has sparked a lot of talk about a return to the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I don't know how true it is, but United are already looking to get
Oh,
him.
really? I'll tell you this. If I'm him, I'm staying where I am.
Why would you go anywhere?
Yeah.
You know?
King over in Italy. Do you know?
Absolutely. He's held to high esteem over there. After one season, you're in run-ins for Ballon d'Ors and everything else.
Mad. Crazy. But if I was him, I'm staying over there.
Yeah.
Under the Italian sunshine, all of that.
Yeah. I know it's easy for me to say this in hindsight, but I actually never wanted United to sell McTominay because of the heritage United have with having academy players in matchday squads, which they still have. They'll always have that, and they'll always keep that. It's running for too long, but actually having a player in the starting 11 from the academy. So I seen a stat there the other day, and it was the number of games without an academy player in the starting 11 for the last couple of managers. So I think I had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think I had Ten Hag, obviously Ruben Amorim as well, and I think it was Mourinho. So all the managers bar Ruben Amorim had 0 games without an academy player in.
Oh, that's interesting.
Now they would have had options like McTominay, they would have had Marcus Rashford, and Ruben Amorim hasn't got either of those.
Yeah.
But he's had 18 games now without a player from the academy being in the matchday squad.
Doesn't look great, does it?
It's not great. It's not great. But it's not great for United as a club.
I don't necessarily blame Amorim on that, by the way.
No, if you don't have the players there,
Yeah.
I suppose you can't use them. It's as plain as that. But I think just as a club, I think we kind of need to get back to that now. There's a couple of players that are kind of on the fringe, and we always have a player from the academy on the bench. That's a long-standing record that we're going to maintain.
And
by all accounts.
we all love to see an academy player break through.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And when you get one breakthrough
yeah,
and they end up being like a Bukayo Saka,
yeah,
and all of a sudden you're looking at this world-class player you're after getting
yeah.
for nothing. He's after coming up to you. You brought him up. People love that.
I seen Ole Gunnar Solskjaer talking about him on the overlap last week, and he was essentially just saying the problem with McTominay at United was he never got to play in his position. When he's that bit further forward, because whose place is he going to take? Bruno Fernandes, and now he wouldn't fit in that system. He doesn't suit that system that they're playing at the moment. Now he is a box-to-box midfielder because he has that athleticism, but he likes being
Further forward. Funny you say that because I never, obviously I don't watch United as much as you do, obviously. I never thought of him as a player who likes to get forward because of any time I would have watched United, it probably would have been against Arsenal or against maybe a Liverpool or whatever. When you're watching big games, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And McTominay would have always been in that kind of more conservative role.
Yeah.
And obviously, I never thought of him as a player who gets forward like that. I always thought of him as actually as a bit of a hatchet man.
In his, I think it would have been his last season there, season before last, I went to see United against, I want to say it was Sheffield United, but I think we were 1-0 down and it was getting to the dying embers. And I have a bit of a record at Old Trafford that I've never seen them lose.
Okay.
So I was kind of getting worried, and they brought Scott McTominay on, and it would have been at 70 odd minutes they brought him on, and he scored 2 goals. But that particular season, I think it would have been his last season there, and he did that so many times, came up with winning goals for us. He was great in the air. He was great at timing his last minute runs into the box, and he had that athleticism, and yeah, it was sad to see him go. And I think United, given what they sold him for, I think it was around the 30 million mark.
They'd be a bit rueful now.
Yeah,
you know. And like, fair play to him, because his career has only gone upwards since then.
Yeah.
And some goal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, unbelievable. Speaking of unbelievable goals, speaking of regretting selling players.
Yeah.
Troy Parrott.
Who?
That's an L.
I just ready to repeat it.
I got you.
Well played.
Got you. I was ready for you. So, Troy Parrott was sold by Tottenham for, I think it was around 7 million.
Yeah, good.
You would imagine they are kicking themselves now.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, and there's also talk of him coming back to the Premier League. Now, listen, we're going to discuss the Ireland games in detail shortly. But what a week he's had.
Well, he's worth a little bit of conversation on his own, isn't he?
Unbelievable.
I mean, to come in and... Actually, by the way, I'll start just by saying I owe the Ireland team an apology.
Yes, you do.
In the last episode of the podcast, I pretty much wrote them off getting anything out of these 2 games.
Yeah.
And I am more than happy to be incorrect and proven wrong. And yeah, it was great. But anyway, he's been the highlight of the 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. I think there was a couple of solid performances in there. But obviously, for him to score 5 goals in 2 games, 2 like high profile, very important games, literally kept the whole nation's hopes alive here.
Well, the country has a new hero.
But if just to put it into context, it's not as if this is Harry Kane playing in the England team where he's getting chance after chance after chance and he's come away down with 5 goals in 2 games.
Yeah.
He's probably had, for the 5 goals that he scored, he's probably had 8 chances across those 2 games.
Been very efficient.
And he's living on scraps.
Yeah.
Like, that is some conversion.
Oh, you'd hated the 3rd goal against Hungary. That was just pure...
individual magic.
Pure determination to get in there and get something on that ball.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And we have been so missing that up front.
Yeah.
Ireland.
Yeah.
It was great to see. I really enjoyed watching him.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed his interviews after the fact and all of that as well, and how emotional he was getting. You can tell it actually mattered to him.
Yeah, well, the wife now, she's not into football at all. She's probably into it a little bit more now because the boys are into it.
Yeah.
But like, I have to go in and watch it in a different room because she's watching our programs. Do you know, this kind of thing? She's not into her football at all. But I came in the other night and she was sitting in the kitchen and she had panda eyes, big panda eyes, right? And I was like, you have to been crying. And she was like, I'm just after watching that interview with your man Troy Parrott. I was like, oh, you're a football fan now, eh?
Yeah.
I'm delighted for him.
Well, look, it did grab everybody. It grabbed everybody's attention.
It did.
And
it was the manner in which they did it. It's not as if, look, it still would have been great if he had scored a goal after 10 minutes and Ireland hung on for dear life and finished 1-0.
Yeah, we'd still be talking about
it. But how dramatic the finish was.
It's up there.
In both games.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say,
do it twice in a week.
He took his goals really well.
Yeah.
He took, like I said, the sheer instinct for the 3rd one against Hungary. But my favourite goal of the lot was probably the one against Portugal where he just drove it. Yeah, he just drove it low into the corner.
And he cut inside, and then went for the near post,
That was probably my favourite goal of the lot of them.
Yeah, brilliant goal.
But he took his goals really well, took his penalty really well.
Yeah.
Gave the keeper no chance there. He was just outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
And even with the penalty, the pressure, can I just say, how impressive is that Hungarian stadium in Budapest.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The name eludes me now, but
I would have loved to have been over there because Budapest is some place to go as well.
yeah, it's definitely on the list now. I haven't been, but
It's lovely.
it looks like a beautiful place, and I was very impressed with that stadium. But for Troy Parrott to stand there, and it seemed like he was standing there for an eternity, because I think he was waiting on the referee to blow the whistle.
Yeah, but the referee was just waving him.
No, but I think the referee did blow the whistle, but he couldn't hear it because the home fans
Oh, really?
were trying to put him off.
Okay.
So he wouldn't have heard that. So it was only when he kind of looked over his shoulder and go, "Are you going to blow this whistle or what?"
Yeah,
The referee just then waved at him.
Yeah.
But the still just barely at bottom corner.
No, very impressive.
Unbelievable.
Very impressive. And
So
yeah, new Irish hero. And actually, that Hungary game in the last few minutes of that, I put that up there with the games we've seen in the World Cup. It's up there as one of the top Ireland sporting moments.
Yeah.
And that it sounds exaggerative because we haven't qualified for anything yet, but
Yeah.
it's just brilliant. It's just excellent. Like,
we're naturally moving into discussing the games themselves, but the reason why, well, there's many reasons why Troy Parrott's in the news, but the reason why I wanted to talk about him in the news this week is because I seen something today where he's linked to a move to West Ham, which I think is an interesting one.
I understand that link. Like, it seems like
Good fit.
he seems like a good fit.
They had him AI generated in the West Ham jersey, and it looked like a right fit. But I wanted to ask you, do you think a return to the Premier League is the right move for Troy Parrott?
Right now, probably not. Like, if they were to come in, say, January or even for next season,
Yeah.
I think he should stay where he is. AZ Alkmaar, isn't that where he is?
AZ Alkmaar, yeah.
I think he should stay where he is for now and continue to have form, continue to score goals over there,
Yeah.
and then maybe, well, what's he, 25, 26?
Yeah.
So he still has a bit of his career left, and I can understand why a player would be willing to or would want to make a step up, if you want to call it that, to West Ham and probably get more wages for being in the Premier League. I get that, and that would be hard to turn down.
It's probably the type of player that West Ham need at the moment.
Look, I'm not saying he won't do it there,
Yeah.
because he's clearly got it. Like, and he looks like a player who will grab opportunities when they come his way now.
Yeah.
And
What I would say is he seems to have matured in himself, and whatever he's doing in the Netherlands is working for him.
yeah,
So certainly continue to do that, but obviously take the experiences from that and carry it wherever that might lead you. So whether it's back to the Premier League, whether you go from Alkmaar to Ajax, or
Napoli, play alongside McTominay.
yeah, sure, they have everybody over there now.
Yeah,
Be an interesting one.
been interesting.
Rasmus Højlund also scored. I just thought I'd throw that in because we were talking about former Man United players and Napoli and everything else. So he's on the score sheet. He seems to be picking up a bit of form away as well. I think some players are saying suited to the Premier League as well, and I think
Sometimes it just doesn't work at a club.
at a club as well.
You know.
Sometimes you go too early. I think that could have happened to Højlund. I think he was really thrown in the deep end. He should have been a bit of a backup striker, had
Maybe.
almost like an apprentice
Yeah.
off the back of someone.
Too much too soon expected of him.
Yeah, I mean, you even look at it now with Sesko, how much pressure he's under.
I think he'll come good though.
Yeah, you would say like there's definitely enough there about him. Yeah, it's just hard. It can be hard to tell, but I think there's something in the water at United at the moment. And although I say that we'll get onto the Premier League preview later on, we could that can all change after a bad result.
I suppose a final word on Troy Parrott for
Yeah.
me. I'm glad it didn't work out for him at Spurs, and he's found now to find his form, because I can actually like him.
Yeah,
Do you know? I don't want to be like Spurs bastard.
yeah. I don't think you'll find a person in the nation of Ireland that doesn't like Troy Parrott now at the moment.
No.
But just on if we go back, take it back then to the games themselves, we'll start with the Portuguese one. I actually feel like we played better in the Portuguese game. Now, contrary to you last week, I felt like Ireland could get a result.
You did say that, yeah.
Because sitting back and having a form of counter-attack, hitting long balls, the old school Jack Charlton way, suits us better. We're really good at defending.
Yeah.
We're really good in the low block. We're compact, we're organised, we're disciplined. It works. We've got big, tall lads that can win a header. We've got Collins, we've got Scales, we've got Jake O'Brien. We've got lads in there who can just clear down balls all day long.
I think you're right as well when you say they played better against Portugal.
Yeah.
From watching it, they were limited to their chances. Portugal were. They had a few,
Yeah.
and I think Kelleher made a couple of saves, but when you compare that in comparison to the Hungary game, Hungary had a lot of chances, scored a couple of goals.
There was at one point towards the end, I'm not sure Troy Parrott had scored yet. I don't think he had, where Kelleher made a save, and the commentary was along the lines of, "That's really good from Kelleher. Hasn't had anything to do in a long time to pull off a save like that." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's true as well.
That will tell you, we did have a bit. It felt like we had a bit more of the ball.
Yeah,
and looked a bit more of a threat in the Portuguese game. Ronaldo getting sent off.
That was beautiful.
As much as I love him for what he did at United, that was great.
It was great.
That was great.
Because let's be honest, he is a knob.
Yeah, like he has the bit of the Bellinghams about him.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, and then some.
And then some. Yeah. You know.
You know. So I loved it. I loved looking at the fans.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No.
The teary eyes.
It's great, and it was funny then because Szoboszlai did something similar.
Did he?
He did. Well, he did the same thing Ronaldo did with the crying eyes and whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know who it was towards.
I seen people say it was towards the fans. I actually don't think it was. I think it was towards someone on the bench or something like that. No, I could be wrong, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy his real tears at the end of the game.
Yeah. I have to say though, in the Hungary game, we didn't play as well. Hungary dominated that game for the most part. And Szoboszlai in particular was very impressive.
He was very good.
Like he looked world class compared to everybody else on that pitch.
He did. He was definitely a level above.
Yeah. I mean, when I was saying it about Ireland being able to be very disciplined and sit back and go for counter attacks, when it came towards the latter stages of that game, and we actually had to go and look for a goal, otherwise we were going to be out. A draw wasn't enough. And it was getting towards the latter stages of the game. We started to get forward more, and we almost got caught a couple of times on the breakdown because the space was left in behind.
That's true enough, yeah.
Szoboszlai kind of ran the pitch at one stage.
I had a great save, actually.
Another great save from Kelleher. So it was good to see that we were managing the game.
Yeah.
And obviously left it very late in the Hungary game.
Yeah, so dramatic.
But that's why I was saying to you earlier about how impressed I was with Troy Parrott, that it's not as if he took some of a lot of chances.
Yeah.
You know, he took the chances he was given. He was living off scraps and knockdown from Scales. Great knockdown, to be fair.
Great ball.
Showed the sheer determination in 95, 96 minutes to just get a toe at the end of it.
Just get a toe at the end of it. And it was just the faintest of touches he got on it, but it took it away from the keeper.
Yeah.
And it was a great moment.
Every household, every pub,
I've been
Dublin Airport, everything.
I love the Dublin Airport video, but I'm enjoying scrolling, like me Instagram feeds and all now are just full of reactions to the goal going.
Unbelievable. There was one I seen today, it was at a GA match. I don't know whether it was half time of the GA match because it didn't look like there was any players in the field, but the news broke in the GA match and you just see the place erupting, like all the kids running around.
Unbelievable stuff.
People watching it on their phones and stuff. It was amazing.
We've waited for a long time for a moment like that from the Ireland team. Just something to celebrate.
Was Shane Long the last kind of moment like that we got?
Maybe
his goal, but again it was something similar. I mean, if we go through the goals, one of my favourites actually was the second goal against Hungary. I thought the ball from Azaz over the top.
Oh yes, that was a really good goal. Nice touch and a little flick.
Really nice goal. But I still think the best one was the second goal against Portugal.
Yeah,
the cut in.
I just enjoyed that.
The technique.
It didn't even look like the best goal in the world. You know what I mean? It was
it was just.
He didn't scuff it at all, but it looked that way. The other way, it trickled along the ground. And
what was great to see was that he had the confidence.
Yeah,
other players would have passed it on, recycled the ball, taken too many touches, but to have that confidence in such a big game, in that moment to go, do you know what, I'm going to grab this game by the scruff of the neck and I'm just going to have a go here.
Yeah.
And it was a great finish inside the near post. Yeah.
Just a great moment in Irish sporting history, I think.
Yeah. And as we're recording this on a Wednesday evening, and we are set to have the draw tomorrow, I believe.
Is it tomorrow? Yeah.
Yeah. I believe it's tomorrow. And
we have been drawn in pot 3, as far as I'm aware,
Yeah, that's right.
which means we can be drawn against 4 of the teams in pot 2. So some of the teams, let me think, there is Poland,
Slovenia?
Slovenia, Wales, and is it Czech Republic?
Yes, I think it
Czech
is.
Republic.
I think it is.
What do you think, and who would you like out of 4 of those to be drawn with?
So I don't want Wales,
Okay.
just because I don't want it to be a derby. Do you know, the derby feel?
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah, too close to home.
Yeah. I don't really want Czech Republic either. Maybe Slovenia.
Yeah. See, it's a difficult one because you almost want to be the underdog again.
Oh, 100%, yeah. But I think I think
if
we're probably underdog in all those games.
Slovenia, though, you would think nearly 50-50.
You have a chance.
You've got a chance, but if you look at back, like we played Armenia in the group stage,
Yeah.
and they played us off the park because we tried to play football against them.
Yeah.
Where Ireland are at the strongest, as we've discussed now, is counter-attack of football.
Counter-attack. They just need to approach every game like that. Doesn't matter who the opponent is.
Just let them have the ball.
Yeah.
Let them have the ball. There was no press. It was 11 men behind the ball. If there was a corner, you kind of leave a man halfway up just on the off chance that there's a bit of a counter-attack.
Yeah.
So I'd agree with you in terms of Wales. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards a Poland.
Really?
I'm leaning towards a Poland. I think Slovenia will be a more difficult game than you'd think. That's one on paper where you go in and go, oh, we have a good chance here. We have a really good chance.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But Ireland play well when they're not expected to.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
You know what I mean? That's the Irish way.
It's a tough one.
I mean, you're going up against the likes of a Lewandowski.
Yeah.
If you go up against Poland, and you would think between Collins and O'Brien and Scales, if we're sitting in deep, they're going to be just putting in crosses. Look, he has a magic moment in him.
This is what I'm going to say. The problem with Lewandowski is he'll pull a goal out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know.
Actually, do you know what? Speaking of pulling a goal out of nowhere, was it Varga off Hungary?
Oh, yeah.
The second goal.
What a goal.
What a finish.
Sometimes you just have to look at a goal, you can see it and say, yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair
Hello. Not like
you
could do anything about that.
You could argue there wasn't enough pressure on him, but even at that, he took it so well and so quickly.
And he was kind of moving toward away from goal. Sorry.
Yeah. What a strike. There was no chance.
That just popped into my head there. That was an unbelievable strike.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fair is fair. Credit where credit's due.
Yep.
So, that's the potential draw. It's worth bearing in mind as well that is just the semi-final. There will still be a final to be played if we get past the next round.
And there's some good teams still in there as well.
There is some good teams, some big names, some heavy hitters. But as I always say, when we have to go up against those big teams, we do outperform.
Yeah.
You know, we really do. So that draw is due out tomorrow. So it'll be out before this recording. This recording will go out on the Friday. So the draw will have already been made. So if the listeners want to get involved and let us know your thoughts on the outcome of that draw and how you think Ireland will fare in March. Then moving on to our Premier League preview. And the first game up is the early kickoff on Saturday. Burnley at home to Chelsea. What's your thoughts on that one, Dave?
I think a Chelsea win here. I just think they'll have a little bit too much for Burnley. I know Burnley are at home and have had some good performances.
Yeah.
But they're right down there, and I think Chelsea will want to win this one, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea at the moment, they're flying high and third. They'll want to put a benchmark down for the weekend, won't they?
They will. What I will say is they just have that tricky game that's the lunchtime kickoff after an international break. So
you never know what you're going to get after an international break. And
no.
As close as you can be to all the latest sports news and everything else, sometimes you don't know until kickoff who's actually coming back.
Exactly.
With an injury in it and what players might be missing. So that'll be an interesting one. I think that'll have an impact across the weekend. I think should be fairly notable as the game week progresses. I
do still think Chelsea will have just a little bit too much though for Burnley on this one.
Yeah, I'd agree. Next up then we've got Bournemouth West Ham, and Bournemouth are at home there.
Bournemouth are at home. It's a good game for Bournemouth to bounce back from a couple of bad results.
Yeah, they're coming off the back of 2 defeats, Man City and Aston Villa. Particularly the Aston Villa one was what we described at the time as probably the shock of the weekend,
Yeah.
that game week.
But a good chance for them here. Now, West Ham looking a little bit better
Yeah.
before the break.
In contrast to them, having suffered a lot of defeats, they've won the last 2.
Yeah,
So they beat Newcastle and they beat Burnley. And
I think Bournemouth will want to bounce back here. And they're at home.
yeah, the crowd at the Vitality as well.
Yeah, I'd give it to Bournemouth.
I think Bournemouth just edged that one as well. Moving on then to Brighton and Brentford.
Good game, this.
Yeah, that's the American Express Stadium. And Brentford coming off the back of that win over Newcastle.
And Brighton, who haven't looked like the Brighton of the past couple of seasons.
No, they had that defeat to United. Then they went out and had a good win against Leeds. Last time out, they drew with Crystal Palace.
Yeah. I think this season I put Brentford ahead of Brighton. But for this particular game, I think it balances out. I think you're probably looking at a draw here.
Yeah. I find with Brighton, Brentford and Crystal Palace, they're all kind of similar. Aren't they? They're the type of games that are difficult to call. I can see that one ending up in a draw.
Like I said, because I put Brentford ahead of Brighton in terms of this season, Brighton are at home, so I'm balancing it out that way and thinking, looking at a draw.
Looking at a draw, yeah. Next one up then is Fulham and Sunderland. Fulham at home with this one. There's not Craven Cottage.
Yeah, I mean, Sunderland are immense at home this season, but I actually think they're good value to win this one as well.
I would say so. Fulham
in trouble then.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you look back at the last 5 games, they've only one win, and that was against Wolves.
Yeah, so they go and lose this one, they're right down in that relegation scrap.
Yeah. Sunderland, in contrast, unbeaten in the last 4. The last defeat they had was against United, but they since went on 2 wins and then 2 draws. And you look at the opposition that they've played in the last couple of weeks.
I mean, their last draw was Arsenal.
Yeah,
you know, it's not drawn against. Without any disrespect to anybody, it's not drawn at home to a West Ham or someone like that. You know,
exactly. Yeah, or Spurs or
a Spurs. I don't know why I didn't go there.
Also at 3:00 on the Saturday is Liverpool Forest.
Now, this is an interesting game. Liverpool are at Anfield, so you'd probably like to think they'll win it.
Yeah.
And if you were putting on an accumulator, you're probably sticking Liverpool. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't put Liverpool near an accumulator this season. But if you were, you'd stick Liverpool down for the win, I think. But I wouldn't. Again, we're talking about this coming back off an international break, and I just wouldn't rule out a Sean Dyche masterclass here. Yeah, you know.
Both teams similar form. 1 win in the last 5.
Okay.
Obviously Liverpool's last game was the heavy defeat to City. Forest, on the other hand, Sean Dyche got his first win against Leeds. So I don't know. I can see Liverpool dropping points. Whether Forest can actually go and win that game, I'm not so sure.
I'm not sure. If Liverpool don't win this game,
yeah,
there might be a bit of an exaggeration to say, but would you say that's like you've ruled them out of the title this season?
Yes, you would say so.
And I know it's early to say that, but they're dropping points. And if they drop points in a game like this at home at Anfield, you would have to think Liverpool won't have the consistency over the course of the season to go all the way.
Well, I mean, they're already 8 points behind. Now, I know we're only kind of a third of the way through the season so far, but it's what it represents. I mean, if you look at who you would put them in a title race with in terms of Arsenal and City, I don't think Chelsea are in that title race. I think it's still Arsenal, City, Liverpool at this moment in time. You would say City always come good second half of the season.
City are coming good now with their results, whatever you think of their performances.
Yeah, I'm not overly sold on them. I still think they're a bit of a one-man band at the moment.
I would agree with that.
Definitely.
But if that one man stays fit, then...
Yeah. And Haaland actually scored. He scored 2, didn't he, for Norway the other night as well?
He did.
So he hasn't dropped off whatsoever. It doesn't look like he's going.
Doesn't look like, unless someone drops him off a cliff or something.
Yeah.
I even think then he'd bounce back, the big machine.
I can see Forrest getting a point there.
Yeah,
Liverpool fans are probably gonna think I have it in for them, but
no, but I could see what you're talking about, and they'll probably have a go at me as well because like he's only a fucking Arsenal fan anyway.
yeah,
Like, but I something about that game doesn't strike me as a straightforward Liverpool win.
it's kind of like what you said. Anfield looking to bounce back. You know, you're coming back from international break, okay, but you've almost similar to Chelsea, kind of laying down that gauntlet and saying, look, like City aren't till the later kickoff that day. Arsenal aren't playing till the Sunday.
Yeah,
It's a good opportunity for both Chelsea and Liverpool to
put a
go
bit of pressure on.
to put a bit of pressure on and say, look, we're still here
Yeah,
and we're still involved in this race. And I think it will be very telling about where Liverpool are at based on how that game goes. Again, we said
Very
it's
true.
only a third of the way through the season, but if Liverpool can go there and beat Forest comfortably, I'm not even in the sense of scoreline. If it's 1-0,
just
if it's
just look
2-0,
comfortable. They look
just look like
never look like losing.
Forest never had a sniff whatsoever.
Yeah,
I would say that'd be good enough to put the pressure on.
yeah, I think so. So
Um,
I'm gonna say draw.
yeah, I'd say draw. If anybody's going to win, I do think it's going to be Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree. If there's a winner, it's Liverpool. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean towards a draw, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll both go draw on that one.
Palace win
the f-
next.
Yeah, and then 3 points for Palace.
Yeah.
So the last 3 o'clock kickoff there.
Well, just for context, Palace are playing Wolves
Yeah,
away.
so
But Palace win.
new manager's first game.
Nah,
No,
Nah.
you're not having it, Dave.
no. Palace will win. They're a better team than Wolves at the minute. So
Yeah, and one point that we're going to discuss in more detail in a later episode is going to be AFCON. But I seen a stat the other day that Wolves are set to lose, I think it's between 5 and 7 players to AFCON.
that's
I
unbelievable.
think it could be 7 players, 5 of which are in and around the first team.
You can see that issue at your club.
Yeah,
Why the hell do you not address it?
yeah,
Like, I'm not saying sell all your African players or whatever, but you need to make sure you've got cover there.
yeah.
Like, and
Like with United, our whole right hand side is going to be decimated with losing Bumo, Diallo, and Mazraoui. And
that's 3 players, but like it's not 7. 7 players,
No,
like
yeah.
that's crazy.
yeah, I
Wolves
think they're one of the biggest sufferers
yeah,
in the
they're
Premier League for AFCON.
just destined to go down this season.
It's we've spoken about it before. Such a busy period of that Christmas
Yeah, it's a bad time.
with games and everything else. They come thick and fast.
I don't know why that AFCON doesn't get. Is there a reason why that's played when it is?
I don't think it can be played in the summer due to the pure heat.
Right. Okay. Well,
I think
that's
that's a partial reason, and then it can't clash with a World Cup or to a lesser extent the Euros. But
okay.
I think they try to have it at its own time, and I think it's similar to the reasons that they didn't have the World Cup they had it during the winter
Qatar
at that time,
Cup,
the Qatar one.
Yeah. But look, we'll get to the AFCON in a couple of weeks' time, closer to the.
Somebody might be able to correct me on that. That's just
Yeah, no,
I don't know where to
be
pull
right.
that information from, but that's what I'm assuming. Final game then, the late kickoff on the Saturday. Newcastle at St James's hosting Man City.
Now, I'm hopeful going into this game more than anything else that Newcastle can probably get something. I feel like Arsenal need City to not get 3 points this weekend, because we're playing Spurs.
Yeah,
We'll get to Arsenal in a minute. I would like to think Newcastle could get something at home against City. Depends on what happens with Haaland. If he shows up in form and decides he wants to score 5 goals,
yeah. I mean, Newcastle have been way under par
they have
in comparison to what they've shown the last couple of seasons.
been, but they do like a big game.
They do. I mean, if you look at their last 5 fixtures, you would have almost, on paper, expected them to get maximum points. Forest, Brighton, Fulham, West Ham, Brentford.
Yeah, you would have thought Newcastle fans would be very disappointed not to at least come out of that with what
They
the
came away
majority wins. Like,
they came away with 6 points from a possible 15.
yeah, not good.
And like some of those defeats, Brentford, West Ham. I mean, now
Teams they would be expecting to beat.
it's like what you said though. all of those came away.
Yeah.
And they are a different team at St. James's with that St. James's crowd. The Newcastle fans are unbelievable.
Brings an atmosphere, all right.
Incredible atmosphere in that stadium. So you would like to think that that accounts for something. But City are in a bit of form. I spoke about it already. I don't think they're quite the finished article. But I would say I would tip City for this one.
Yeah, like I'm speaking more with my heart by saying
Yeah.
I'm hoping Newcastle get something out of it, and I'm kind of making a case for them how they could do that.
Yeah, well, I think Chelsea and Liverpool fans would be looking at that one, thinking the same.
Yeah.
Because United aren't in the title race. I'm kind of a bit more level-headed looking at it.
Thinking, yeah, City are going to gain 3 points here, and yeah,
I'm just thinking, like, I'd love nothing more than to see Newcastle hit a bit of form and do well. As I said, it's a team that I like. I like Eddie Howe. I think they've an incredible midfield, but I just think on paper, at least with their current form, I just see City gone.
yeah, I think you're probably right. I do think you're right.
City are the ones with the momentum,
Yeah,
and they'll be looking at where they are in the Premier League now, and that switch will get turned on soon enough. And
they'll kind of get that kind of feeling that they can go on a run.
Yeah,
and by March,
and that's why I was asking the question of you last week, if you were more worried that it was City that are so close to us rather than Liverpool, because they have that in them and they've shown in previous seasons.
Yeah, and they can just do it. They can do it.
And they can just go on a run like that.
The only hope I have is that not all of their performances have necessarily been of the highest level you've seen City.
No, most of them have been Haaland
Haaland pulling 2-3 goals
out for the neck and going, we're winning this game.
But saying that, the last couple of games before the break, there was other players stepping up as well. So it is a bit concerning for me as an Arsenal fan.
I think that'll be the most exciting game for the neutral.
You say that, but I think the first game on Sunday is Leeds and Villa.
No, I was just going to say on the Saturday.
Oh, sorry,
you just didn't let me finish.
Sorry, Gav.
It's the absolute height of rudeness.
Do you know what, Gav? I think that Newcastle City game will be the most exciting game on Saturday.
That's a fair point, well made, Dave.
Yeah.
Fair point, well made. Moving on now to Sunday. Would you like to take us through the first game there, Dave?
Yeah. So Leeds and Villa. I think this one's set up to actually be a very exciting game. I think the two teams are just of a level that they could produce a good game. Not necessarily the two best teams going in the league, but I just think, yeah.
Interesting fact, Dave. My first ever Premier League game was this fixture.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that's a random one.
Isn't that a random one?
Yeah.
So, being a United fan, you're probably scratching your head. But we went on a school tour and we did the tour of Old Trafford.
Okay.
We got tickets to Leeds against Aston Villa in Ellen Road.
Okay.
And we were in with the Leeds fans.
Interesting.
And Alan Smith was playing for them at the time. And I think they were, I'm not sure if Dave O'Leary was still the manager. It was kind of around that time, early 2000s.
Well, Alan Smith there, that was around O'Leary's time as well.
Viduka, Robbie Keane, I think, was still there.
Yeah, that was some team, actually.
Yeah, they had Lucas Radaby. Do you remember Lucas Radaby?
Yes.
Cracking player.
What's that player's name?
Danny Mills.
Went to Liverpool.
Milner?
No.
Harry Kewell?
Harry Kewell.
Harry Kewell was there.
That's the one. He was there as well.
Harry Kewell was there. But Alan Smith had scored. I think the game finished 1-1. But Alan Smith had scored. Crowd erupted. We were in with the Leeds fans. But then Alan Smith got sent off and they turned on him.
Oh, really?
Quick.
The Leeds fans are a bit spiky, like,
We got out there sharpish. Got very hostile very quickly.
Let's go.
But that was my first ever Premier League game.
Right.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
And I'll give you a follow on to that. First ever United game that I went to wasn't in Old Trafford. It was in Ewood Park.
Oh, right.
And we lost.
Oh, that's interesting.
That was a time when we had Gary Flitcroft. Blackburn had Gary Flitcroft, and he was the one who scored the goal. We had, I think Damien Duff might have been playing for them at the time. I think that was before his move to Chelsea. I think it was Beckham's final season. He actually came on as a sub. He had Barthez and goal.
Okay.
And it was it wasn't a great game. But I was talking to you earlier about the run I have
Of not seeing United.
not seeing United
Yeah.
lose. That's strictly to Old Trafford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but although outside of that particular game, I haven't seen them lose outside Old Trafford either. So
Right. So you chose your games well.
that was, the
Yeah.
first game was a loss. Everything after that has been a win.
Look, that's good.
Maybe I'm just not going to enough United games to see them
Maybe
lose.
not. Maybe not.
Or I'm picking the fixtures.
But I suppose going back to the Leeds Villa game this weekend, and
Yeah.
I think this has a draw in it.
Was this not the one you were going to say was the most exciting game of the weekend?
Yeah, but it could be a score draw. You know what I mean?
All right, fair enough. Yeah,
Desmond.
that's a fair point. Well made. Yeah, it's obviously it's a bit of a spicy fixture.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
I
fairly.
don't
It's
know
going to
if
be.
there's some sort of a rivalry there. I mean, they're not
I'm not.
close to each other. One's Birmingham, the other one is. So,
Leeds.
but it's you smart, Alex. You got me good there. You were trying to get me back for that Parrott joke.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I was gonna say the Northwest, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. No, I think it is. I think good score draw here, 2-2, maybe something like that.
Yeah, be an interesting game.
It's going to be open. You see, it's going to be very open.
Yeah,
kind
but
of game.
Villa are on back hitting a bit of form after that
Yeah, they are, and like
that win over Bournemouth.
they have got the stronger team. But I'm going to say draw.
I'm gonna say Leeds.
All right.
Leeds are due a win. If we're looking at the form, like Leeds have only won 1 in 5, where Aston Villa on the contrary, they've only lost 1 in 5.
Okay.
So Villa, are the team in form, but Leeds they're just one of those teams that just pull a result out of nowhere.
It's the way they play. It's just that they're kind of swashbuckling team. Do you know? Like,
So Leeds are due a win, so I'm calling it now.
Yeah.
Also on Sunday then, the later kick-off, your team, Dave, in the London Derby,
yeah.
playing against your second favourite team.
Now, when you say favourite, right, I do get a bit of enjoyment out of them for other reasons, you know.
But
not.
are you confident going into this one, Dave? Are you nervous? How are you fixed?
I hate this game. Every season, I hate these two games. I just hate. I hate them. I hate them. Even if we come out of it, the winners, I can't watch it. Do you know what I mean? I can't. Well, I do watch it, but I can't. It kills me to watch this game.
Are you just more worried about
I just don't want to lose.
Spurs having the bragging rights?
I just hate them. Like I can't stress it enough. I really can't. There's such.
Well, you only say it 3 or 4 times an episode.
Yeah. So no, I really do. I look. I've analysed the game instead of talking about how much I hate Spurs.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Other than to say they're a team full of fucking arrogance that have never really done anything to warrant it. Okay, they won a cup last year. Well done, fair play. But other than that, fucking shy. Anyway,
I'm surprised you don't hate United for allowing them to win that cup.
I do.
Because I certainly did at the time.
Yeah, I've never been more disappointed in Man United.
I've never been more disappointed watching a final.
Anyway,
Such a bad game.
look,
We won't do well.
going into this game, we're the team in better form. We are the better squad. We're the better team. And on paper, we should beat them. But that's not what this game is about. Never what this game is about. You know, and like that, we have a few injuries going into this game. I still don't think we've Gyökeres. We still have no Kai Havertz, so it'll be Mikel Merino up front. You know, I just have a few concerns. No Gabriel at the back. So, like we said earlier, we just have Hincapié in there.
Hincapié. No Mosquera. Do you not think he'll play?
Too big. I think Hincapié has
Too
more
big a game,
experience.
or Mosquera is too big?
Mosquera is too big. Look at him. Looks like a basketball player. But no, I do like him actually. But I just think I wouldn't throw him into this game. I think Hincapié has a bit more experience.
Wouldn't go to a back three?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I think Arteta will put faith in the players he has.
How do you pronounce his name? Hincapié?
I think it's Hincapié. I think that's
Hincapié.
yeah.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. Does he?
God, Dave, you took it there, did you?
I did. So did he.
God. So did he. Didn't even ask.
No. Look, we're at home and we're going to win. All right, I'm going to say we're going to win.
Okay.
I think.
You don't sound confident.
I think we'll beat. I'm not confident. I'm never confident with this game, but I think we'll beat them. I think we've a bit more than them, to be honest with you. We still have key players fit. Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, whoever's going to be on that left. I think Martinelli's actually back this weekend. So you could have him or Trossard, but I don't drop Trossard at the moment. He's in good form. And then like that, the midfield, you're talking Rice, Subamendi. I don't know who goes in there actually.
Well, yeah.
There's no. Oh, Eze, of course. Eze.
So,
yeah.
4-3-3 is that's your general setup, is it?
Generally, yeah. Yeah.
And is Gyökeres still out?
I think so. Now Arteta's known for playing his cards close to his chest in terms of who's fit and who's not as well. You know, so
Is Jesus due back?
he's back in full training,
He is back in full
but
training.
he's not ready yet. They say maybe December.
And how far out is Madueke?
Madueke is a couple of weeks out.
A couple of weeks ago.
Kai Havertz is nearly back, but Kai Havertz has been out for a year. You're not going to throw him into this game straight away.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he gets in ahead of Gyökeres or Gyökeres gets in ahead of him and what sort of dynamic that looks like.
I think Arteta loves Kai Havertz.
Is there an argument for Havertz to be part of that front three?
Oh yeah,
But not the focal point.
absolutely. I think when he comes back, I'm looking forward to Havertz coming back. I think we're going to have Havertz games and we're going to have Gyökeres games.
Yeah, you did say that before, in fairness.
And
But you don't see them play them alongside each other.
unless we're in trouble and he needs another striker on the pitch. Do you know, I don't see them starting together ever. Yeah, I don't.
So you're going Arsenal win. I don't have a horse. I don't have a horse in this race. I don't have a horse outside. So
Fuck your Honda Civic.
fuck your Honda Civic. Dave knows I used to love Honda Civics, but I would say that's a comfortable Arsenal win. Well, not
Comfortable?
I wouldn't say comfortable, but I just don't see it going any other way.
Yeah, you can never say Arsenal. You can never say anybody wins this game comfortably. You could win 3-0.
No,
It wasn't comfortable.
I did correct myself, Dave.
You did.
I took it back as soon as I said it. I knew it was the wrong choice of words, but I do see Arsenal winning this game. I don't see any other outcome.
Okay.
I think the best Spurs could hope for, at best, is a draw.
Okay.
But
I think
I
Arsenal
don't
need
think
to win
Arsenal allow that to happen, because even if it's 1-1 going down the home stretch, there's going to be a set piece.
this. Yeah, but there's no Gabriel to get on the end of that set piece.
It doesn't matter. Declan Rice will swing it in, and then Declan Rice will header it in. Because he's fucking Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Finishing then with the greatest team in Premier League history on Monday.
Everton.
Yeah, I knew you weren't going to let me finish that. Who are at home to Everton. It is Man United.
Man United and Everton. Big game this.
Unbeaten in 5 games, Dave.
Really.
Yeah.
It's not wins though, so that poor bastard can't get his hair cut.
Sorry, hold on. 3 wins. But that doesn't count. Yeah, look, last 2 games were draws. Both Desmond Tutus. And yeah, Everton, on the contrary, they're up and down. They did get a good draw at Sunderland a couple of weeks ago. Beat Fulham last week. Before that, suffered defeats to City and Tottenham. They have been very good at home.
They
at the new stadium, but the form hasn't really travelled.
No, I think United. I fancy United here on this one. I think is there at
Anyone
home.
in particular? I just fancy the whole team.
Yeah,
Trying to get it. The big Shesko belly.
big Sesko. Good hair.
Shesko, every little helps.
Nice.
Yeah, that's an old one now.
Go club card.
I'm done. Clock me out.
That's a different shop.
Yeah.
Duns.
Do they sell Kinder and Bramos?
Yoo-hoo.
She can do this all day.
We could.
Right, let's get back to the game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, look.
Yeah, I think United will probably win this. I think he's a Cardian. He's a good form for another week.
Yeah, we spoke about it before with the league table being so close and positions in the table changing quite frequently from week to week, even across the game week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the likes of Chelsea playing early doors, Liverpool playing before City, it can all sort of start to take shape.
Do you know if results go the right way this weekend? United could be third by the end of the weekend.
They could. We're sitting here rooting for Burnley, Forest, and who do we say City were playing?
Newcastle.
Well, I always like Newcastle anyway. The only time I don't support Newcastle when they're playing United. It's one of them teams. It'd be like my second team.
Yeah, okay.
My dad went on a business trip to Newcastle before, and he brought me back a Newcastle jersey. and it was the old NTL one.
Oh yeah.
Classic jersey. I wish I kept jerseys. Did you keep jerseys?
I've a box of old Arsenal jerseys and Ireland jerseys up in the attic.
What's your favourite ever Arsenal jersey?
I don't actually have it, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, it's the bruised banana one. Do you know the yellow?
Yeah, with the black going through it.
Yeah,
The
that
mad
one.
jagged edge one.
Yeah. If you're talking home jerseys,
Classic
though,
kit.
I liked the and I do have this one. It's up in the attic. It was the one with the kind of red and black stripes on the sleeve. It was an Adidas one. Like, there were big red and black stripes going across the
What
sleeve.
year would that have been?
Jeez, early 90s anyway.
Oh, that old?
Yeah.
I
Maybe I'm wrong, but I seem to have memories of like Alan Smith in that jersey.
Yeah. I think the bruised banana one is a good show. That's one of my favourites. You had a similar design one, but it was black and navy.
Black and navy.
Do you remember that one?
Maybe, actually, yeah.
I think that was a JVC one as well.
Yeah. I think I had that one. And I had the other blue one with the kind of, it was like a navy with light blue sleeves. JVC again.
That gives me Overmars vibes.
I think maybe you're right.
Would have been Overmars. Yeah, get flashbacks of Overmars on that one. Favourite United jersey from me, I think it's a difficult one. Oh, I do have the 1990 one, the home one. I like the retro Adidas stuff. Does be nice. The one that we had, the blue and white one, that they kind of tried to bring back out again.
Yeah.
In recent years. That's always a classic.
If I was talking United jerseys, I always liked the green and yellow, the one that looked like a loop the loop.
Yeah, and it had the big strings on it.
Yeah, I actually liked that one. I don't know.
Yeah, see, that was the original colours of United as a club. That was the Newtown Heat colours, before they changed to Manchester United. So that's why they had the green and yellow scarves for the anti-glacier campaign and stuff. Yeah, I wasn't particularly huge on that. It did remind me of Loop the Loop, and I'm not a big fan of Loop the Loops. I would say the one that's out at the moment, the black and yellow one.
Yeah.
The new one that's out now at the moment is nice. I do like it, but the original one, that one, it's proper Cantona era.
Yeah.
I always loved the goalkeeper jerseys.
Oh yeah.
Particularly when we had Schmeichel. Schmeichel jerseys for me were the absolute business. I mean, the earliest one I got was the proper like light green one. Had the elbow pads in it, everything, like it was just the business. And then I think there was the one they had in 98, which was like a darker green with a bit of yellow. I think it was 2 big black sleeves on it. And I think it was the same jersey that he saved the penalty. It was like the treble winning season. I'm not sure if it carried over into that one. I think it was like dark green. And I'm nearly sure he was wearing it when he saved the penalty against Arsenal in the FA Cup semi-final.
Yeah.
I just like bringing that up.
I know you do.
But yeah, I used to love the goalkeeper jerseys. I suppose the oldest memory I have with United jerseys is getting the infamous grey kit.
Yeah.
And
that one that was blamed on not winning games.
Yeah,
and stuff.
the one that we changed at halftime because the players couldn't see each other.
Yeah.
So I remember, my birthday's in September and kind of close to the start of the season. So on my birthdays I used to just get United jerseys. But I don't know what it was, I was just fascinated with the grey kit at the time. And I went through a spell where Lee Sharp was my favourite player. So I ended up getting the grey kit with Sharp view cam at the front and Sharp number 5 on the back. So
of course, yeah.
That's a good quiz question.
The old trivia question.
Yeah, the old trivia question. Which player had the same name on the front and back of his jersey? It was in fact Lee Sharp.
Answered forever.
So yeah, that was like socks and everything. And like the socks were grey and they were like the socks you used to wear at school.
Full kit wanker.
Yeah, full kit wanker. No, Dave, I was like, what age would I have been? What year did that come out? 97? So probably 10.
Full kit wanker.
Jeez, no mercy, Dave. No mercy.
Well, yes.
But yeah, used to love the old jerseys.
Yeah.
Went through a phase where I had a bit of pocket money you used to save up. I used to get the Premier League badges and all on the
Oh,
sides.
yeah. And that was actually at a time when you used to get more value for your money with a jersey. You'd have a jersey for 2 seasons.
Yeah,
Do you know?
yeah, that's very true. Very
You're
true.
talking, you're talking 90 quid a season now.
Yeah.
That's 3 kits if you want.
Can I ask you actually, right? You being a man who's of a certain vintage, at the age you're at now, do you think it's still appropriate to wear jerseys?
I wear them around the house, or if I'm going out playing a bit of five-a-side, and it's like, well, I haven't played five-a-side in a while now.
Yeah.
But,
Jerseys are getting in dust.
I don't wear them out, no. I don't. I kind of look at people my age and wearing a jersey out and about, and I'm like, come on, buddy.
Yeah, I know you don't venture to the pub too often to watch football, but if you did, there was a big game on, let's say Champions League final.
If I thought I was going somewhere and there's going to be a bunch of Arsenal fans, like there's a pub in town, don't ask me to name it now, I can't remember, but it's kind of like where Arsenal fans go to watch the games. I'd probably can. Nice.
Oh, had they?
But anyway, whatever pub that is, maybe then I would, but no, I don't.
Don't ask me the name of it. You know the name of it.
It used to be the Mercantile, but it's somewhere else now.
Oh,
But anyway, no, I don't. I wear them around the house, but
Yeah.
I very rarely buy them unless someone gets me one. Then
would you wear a tracksuit top? That's Arsenal.
yeah, I'd wear like a nice kind of hoodie or tracksuit top or an Airtex or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, fair. That's all right. Just because you're a lot older than me, so I just want to know how long I've got left wearing
A
jerseys.
lot older, he says. Hang on a minute.
Hold on a minute, and I grab me cane.
I would count, but the memory's not what it used to be.
So final thoughts, Dave, before we wrap up this week's episode.
Did we give our prediction on we did say United, didn't we?
Yeah, we just assumed United are going to
Yeah,
win.
we just assumed United were going to win. Final thoughts this week. I know we didn't cover much in terms of the grassroots side of things, but I felt like we had a lot to talk about with Ireland and everything that went on there.
Yeah, I
So-
hope we did it justice because it's been a fantastic week of Irish football.
Yeah, I felt like it needed a bit of conversation this week on the podcast.
Yeah.
But like that, we'll be right back to the grassroots stuff next week with our interview. So keep an eye on that.
That's right to the heart of grassroots football.
Yeah.
Really excited about this interview, and
I'm looking forward to this one coming up.
yeah,
I have to say. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Anybody listening? And I know, like I said, we didn't really cover much of the grassroots or the amateur stuff in it, but we just felt like we wanted to talk about Ireland this week and everything that went on there.
yeah. We also we did say last week as well that we're looking for feedback on what you would like us to cover in terms of amateur football in Ireland, what leagues you'd like us to cover, results, fixtures, and like from the United Churches League to Leinster Senior, whatever it might be, all the way through to grassroots. If you have anything going on at your club and you'd like to let us know and you'd like a bit of coverage, we'll put it up on our socials. We'll cover it on the podcast.
And don't forget anygames.ie, the
Absolutely,
website.
and
Anything that goes up on there, we'll always mention on this podcast, and we'll shout it out on our socials as well. It's all part and parcel of the same platform, and that's where we'd like to hear from people as well. There's a chat section over there. So if there's anything you want to put in there, you want us to cover on the podcast, be it amateur football, grassroots football, Premier League, this whatever, put it up there and we'll talk about it on here. And if you are someone who's listening and you are involved with clubs and you want to come on the podcast and have a chat with us, do get in touch with us over there and we will definitely arrange that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we wrap it up there, Dev.
Yeah, just all the usual stuff. If you're listening to us and you're liking us, but you haven't followed us yet, give us a follow over on Spotify, YouTube, hit the notification bell, all of that stuff to keep up to date, and follows and all of that stuff does help the podcast. It helps us get up on the algorithm, helps other people see us. So if you are listening to us, do all that good stuff. Thank you. And follow us across our socials. You'll find us across them all: Facebook, X, Twitter. Well, X is Twitter, but all the social platforms anyway.
There's that memory again.
Failing
you, Dave.
Failing me again.
Can't hold, man. But we'll leave it there, and thanks for tuning in, folks. Do get involved across all the socials, as Dave loves to say at the end of every episode.
You have to get it in.
Well, at your age, you'll be doing well.
Nice.
Getting rinsed. Right, well, that's goodbye from me.
And Slán of all you.
Oh, you rolled it on me this week. See you later, folks.
Don't have to say it.